says I'm going to live, I am going to do it. But can you tolerate it? Can you tolerate having that much power? Not in an event, not going to an event and somebody give you the power. You have all of the power within you. The power is based on your toleration and being disciplined. How much discipline can I tolerate? How much of a disciple am I willing to be to my imagination? See, there is discipline. Discipline, this doesn't mean rigid. It means becoming a disciple to a thought. Discipline means I am a disciple to a thought. When I'm a disciple to a thought, the thought teaches me. My imagination mentors me. My imagination moves out everything that doesn't believe in that particular thing. Just like Jesus was going to heal Jairus' daughter, he had to put people out of the room, professional mourners, professional musicians, professional weepers. He moved everyone who did not believe in what was about to happen. He moved them out of the room. When you are a disciple to specific divine imagination, your imagination will remove everything from you and around you that does not agree with the law of this possibility. How many of you are going through something? God bless. Okay, go ahead. Bless it. How many of you right now, you're finding that your imagination is removing things from within you and without you in order for this thing to happen? How much can you tolerate? Because if you can't tolerate your imagination and purpose removing things, you can't tolerate power. Am I making sense? There is a divine faith in everything. You can live out this zone in everything, but you got to choose to do it. You have to choose what to ignore. You have to choose. You have to take the power from things outside of you. Problems only have power because we allow ourselves to be at the mercy of them. Stop making choices that you become at the mercy of, because whatever you are at the mercy of has your power. Write this down before I let you go. Whatever I am at the mercy of, that has my power. Whenever I am powerful, then everything is at the mercy of me. When I am full of power, everything around me is at the mercy of me instead of me being at the mercy of it. Sherry, you understand what I'm saying? There are some things we are at the mercy of. And when you are at the mercy of something, you pray about it. Lord, I need you to move it, Lord. Jesus said, when you see this mountain, if you believe it'll be cast into the sea, just tell it to move. When you are not at the mercy of a mountain, speak to it and say, be cast into the sea. In other words, go somewhere where I can't see you. See, whenever you're at the mercy of something, you have to ask. But whenever it's something at the mercy of you, it has to speak to you. And I'm finding out that we are asking for a lot of things because we are at the mercy of it. I want to be well. I need to be well. When help me, I can't do it. I can't because you know my heart, God. You know my heart. And we spend years telling God that he knows our intent. But everyone right now, we are living our intent. We live what we feel we could afford. All of us are living at what we could afford in faith. We live what we could afford financially. We live in a certain budget of what we could control. And when you live in the divine, there is no budget. There is no budget. You don't live at the mercy of a number. You don't live at the mercy of an age. You don't live at the mercy of someone's repercussion. You don't live at the mercy of someone arguing with you. You are not at the mercy of another. Whenever you are at the mercy of someone else, you begin to live in the littleness of that thing. You have the power of God, not just to shut up your problems, but to move in purpose. When you are moving in your purpose, you have ignored your problem. When you're moving in purpose, you have taken the strength from a problem. When you're not moving in purpose, you're watching a problem. And you're trying to play chess with a problem. And you're spending all day playing chess with problems instead of living in purpose. Regardless if you're sick, regardless if your credit is bad, regardless, don't live at the mercy of something. When you live at the mercy of something, you got to ask and you got to wait because I'm at the mercy of it. And subconsciously, we submit God to whatever we are at the mercy of. If this thing is too strong for us, we feel it's too strong for God. And so we have to wait to see what God's going to do. So God is waiting and I'm waiting. And it's like we're just waiting to see what the Lord going to do. So we got a situation that then caused me and God and you, God and I, to wait to see what we're going to do. We're waiting to see what God's going to do about this, because this thing is here and we got to see what God's going to do about it. And the thing is, it's already been done, but you're paying attention to things that you are at the mercy of. And that's why we have no faith in everything. How many of you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, there is a divine faith in everything, but it starts from purpose. It starts from you and I living the reason we were born. That's the only reason we're here, for why we were born. We didn't come here to find a job to just take care of our families. We came here to live from a purpose, from a reason. But what happened is we became at the mercy of things. And so we've recalibrated our life to accommodate what we're at the mercy of. And we're not happy until the thing we're at mercy with tells us we're doing okay. And whatever you're at mercy of, it has to tell you that you're doing good in order for you to move. Did that make sense? The thing that we're at the mercy of has to validate us by saying, I'll let you live. I'm not going to let you be free, but I'm just going to live. I'm going to let you live with a 50-mile long train. And so you're living, and as long as your life doesn't exceed 50 miles or go to that 50 miles, you feel like you're free, but you can't go no farther. Because once you get to the end of that 50th mile, that train is going to remind you that you are still bound or whatever, to whatever you're at mercy with. So you create a budget. I got to create some wiggle room for me to play with, because if I go too far, I'm going to get held back. And if you're going to